Elizabeth Robinson, and I'm a struggling filmmaker. I don't know if you know this, but making a film is a lot of work, and it's expensive, so not a lot of people wanted to go down that road with me. So I decided to try it on my own and make a documentary. It was a lot of hard work. And I just want people to appreciate that and not dismiss this, okay? And I want you to think about all the long hours and how hard I worked on this, okay? So one day on set, I met this man named Jeremy Adams, and he had a lot of interesting opinions and an interesting life. So I decided to make a documentary on this guy.
When I was a kid, I used to live near the wilderness. One day when I was there, I found this natural spring. But then some of the neighborhoods found out about it and decided to follow me. So I said, fine. On our way there, they were acting like they were having some kind of dick measuring contest. And so one of them lost their shoes in the yucca plant and asked me to go get it. I had promptly abandoned them. While I did so, they were killed and eaten by a pack of coyotes. Do I regret abandoning them? No. That was just nature's way of telling me that I won the dick measuring contest.
For this project, I was inspired by Bennett Miller, who made The Cruise, because even though I haven't seen that film, he got a lot of recognition for it, and he was able to direct Capote and Moneyball and work with Brad Pitt and go to premieres and become famous and make a lot of money. And
you know that movie Watchmen, where that guy gets his arms caught in the cell bars and they cut him off? Well, if I was that guy, I cut off my own arms even before the people could comprehend that they were stuck. I put the saw in my mouth and find a way to get them off. Wanna know why? Because I pick up after my own.
And buy houses and yachts and airplanes and...
You know how violent content is more tolerated than sexual content? Makes perfect sense. We get to have sex all the time, but we can never murder people at all. So quit your complaining about how Shame was rated NC-17 and go live some violent fantasy adventure with Eli Roth.
And get butlers and a king-size bed and get to sleep late. Also, it struck a chord with critics. However, I think the film could have been improved if it had documented the director's views on getting into cinema, because everyone loves an underdog's tale. That's why everyone liked Rocky, because he went from nothing to something so quickly. No other reason.
What I think about abortion is...
Yeah, Jeremy Adams had some interesting points about abortion. You know, I think it would have been a shame if I had been aborted. Although that's different than what he had to say.
And then there's prostitution.
Yeah, prostitution's something I don't like, because I think a filmmaker who gives people what they want is a prostitute. I think a film should speak primarily to the maker because that's who they're making it for.
Capital punishment.
I'd also like to use this film to tell this guy on set that I like him. I thought it'd be really romantic at the premiere. And it would be capital punishment worthy if I didn't share my feelings. So here it goes. Daniel, I think you and I'd be really good together. So when you find yourself attracted to some slutty chick and decide to ask her out, remember that you're losing me, a strong, confident woman who, in all honesty, is...
What are you doing? I'm operating this light on this documentary. How do you think that I wasn't going to find out about this? And no, I'm not going out with you. All you do is talk about yourself or how other people have achieved success.
Congratulations, you just ruined a shot. I hope you're extremely happy with yourself. Now leave, before I call security. There are some people that may argue that stories should be told to connect to other people. But I disagree. See, the thing about being a storyteller is that you're completely separated from humanity. I mean, you don't see Steven Spielberg shopping for groceries at the local market, do you? And Christopher Nolan makes all these weird films that are so far from reality that most people can't make heads or tails from them, but they still like him more than Gary Marshall. And Charlie Kaufman, for Christ's sakes, makes so many movies about being a writer, but people still love him. What I'm saying is that most of the time, the people who you're trying to connect with are not the people who are going to love your movie.
Of love, but not for me. A lucky stars above, but not for me. With love to lead the way, I've